We're all set and primed for round 2 of 4, the Battle of Quinte. Wellington Dukes, Trenton Golden Hawks, the first time your TV Quinte has been in the house at Lehigh Arena in the 2023-24 season. Brock Ormond, Zach McGibbon with you on behalf of our Your TV Quinte volunteer crew in the OJHL tonight. Also on Flow Hockey on behalf of visitthecounty.com. And Zach, suffice it to say, this has been a long time coming. It feels like forever, but the two teams are back in action again. They last played on September 27th in Buffalo at the Governor's Showcase, ended in a 6-2 Trenton win. These two teams are supremely different, though, from when the puck dropped back in September. So for the Wellington Dukes coming in, a team very much exceeding expectations, playing in their 39th game and last one before the Christmas break. But the Trenton Golden Hawks are the cream of the crop in the OJHL's East Conference and in the league in total, one of the top teams in Canada.
Yeah, they've been performing exceptionally well.
Ben Bonesteel, the East Conference leader in shutouts with 6 this season. He has been brilliant, back for his second and final year with the Golden Hawks, 16-5-0-1. With a 185 goals against and a save or 189 goals against and a save percentage of .931. He has been just stellar, but so is the man down at the other end of the pond, Jack Lisson, who is the reigning OJHL goaltender of the month for November. Lisson is 10-8 with 2 overtime losses as well, a .273 goals against and a save percentage of .911. And looks like Kent Lewis and company are going to try and roll him with the ball down the ice to see if he can't try and take over from the veteran Shane Shalest, who's backing up today. Shalest got the victory with 16 saves last night against the Aurora Tigers. The Dukes pounded the Tigers 7-1 just a day after a thrilling comeback where the Dukes looked like they had nothing going for the first 2 periods against Pickering, and all of a sudden went flying out in the third, scored 3 unanswered goals and won it in overtime. It's the all-former Dukes line of Corbin Roach, Barrett Joyne, and Luke Lapalm starting out for the Golden Hawks with Luke Campbell and Kylo Ellis in the back end. Dukes countering with Austin Montgomery Parsons, Ethan Quick, and Ryan Schaap, Dimitri Seferis, and Logan Sitlani in the back end as Seferis had to adjust there to take that pass from Sitlani right near the Dukes goal. Great to have you along with us here on behalf of our Your TV Quinte volunteer crew. 7-point difference, but Wellington has had a bunch of games ahead of Trenton. Yeah,
it's really been a race between Wellington, Toronto, Markham, and Cobourg. They've been going back and forth for that second spot. Trenton has been maintaining that first place lead in the Eastern Conference for much of the season. But Wellington, as you mentioned, really coming in with a groove right now with a couple of wins and solidifying themselves at second as we're approaching the new year.
Yeah, as Sitlani was focused Mitchell was focused too much there on the man coming down. Here's Matthews in the back edge, trying to rope into that. It's poked away, and then Lisson just got crashed. The G-Hawks score. Owen Wilson put it in, but Nick DiPaolo right away goes after Corbin Roach. Lisson just got barreled into by Cooper Matthews and Adam O'Mara. It looks like everybody's all right after that, but there is going to be a penalty coming up to the G-Hawks for goalie interference.
Yeah, seeing that play develop here, and I think they were just fortunate that he was sliding into the net because I think he had a prime shot there to get it into the back of the net, but we're already seeing it here, Brock. It is physical. It is testy. You're hearing the crowd react to a bunch of the big hits already in this one, and we're starting to see some tempers already go a little bit high here, and so I think that's what we kind of expected with this one, and now we're seeing already going on to the power play for the Wellington Dukes.
Yeah, he's in there to dig for. The G-Hawks end up winning that board battle. Looking out off the glass, back to the line. Seferis chunks a long shot through. That one had a little bit of knuckle to it, but Bonesteel holds tight, makes the stop and covers. 13-8 the shots in favor of the Trenton Golden Hawks. But this game is scoreless after period number 1. A fast-paced frame, couple of power play chances, but no goals. And Zach, before we head to break quickly, just what'd you think of that frame? Certainly a lot on the minds of both teams' players with the rivalry and with all that happened in the offseason.
Yeah, certainly high tempo is what I came away from that first period. Seeing a lot from the Wellington Dukes trying to establish a tone right away in the first, utilizing their home ice to their advantage and being really physical with the Trenton Golden Hawks. The Golden Hawks have still been very much in it. They've been able to capitalize on a couple of turnovers and created some scoring opportunities out of it. But as we stand right now, Brock 0-0, expect the high pace, high tempo to continue into the second.
No score after 20 minutes of play, but a very physical opening frame in the second round of 4, the Battle of Quinte rivalry this season. Back with you is Brock Ormond with Zach McGibbon on side. your TV Quinny volunteer crew here in Lehigh Arena for the first of 3 games at the Duke Dome this year. 13-8 the shots in favor of Trenton, and despite the no goals, both teams came out hitting and hitting hard. They took numbers, they laid some massive jolts, and it kept the fans on their toes.
For sure, it kept us on our toes as well. We were just talking with some of the fans here, and one fan described it as rock'em sock'em robots, where it's just been back and forth, each trying to be physical. Obviously, we saw a lot more from Wellington when it came to the physicality, and so I think that's something that the Trenton Golden Hawks will want to adjust for, be able to respond when it comes to the physicality, say, hey, we're also going to battle for the puck with you. We're not going to take, you know, the physicality that you're going to lay on us. And so, as you mentioned, right now it's tied at 0. Both teams are looking to try and find that one decisive goal. Neither team, just like rock'em sock'em robots, doesn't want to have their head come on up and lose the goal. They want to be the ones that gets the first goal of the game. And so, very excited for the second period.
Wellington is 14-5, 0-1 at home this season, while Trenton sits at 13-4 on the road. Wellington went 0 for 2 on the Christine Rudder Exit Realty Group power play in the opening frame, while Trenton went 0 for 1. Jayhawks get an opportunity here. They'll thrust it inside Wellington territory. Smith back to swing it out. It's going to just lip out over the line. Speeding after him, Mitchell. He's going to erase the potential icing. Hampel gets his stick in the lane, though, and then Corey Jewett goes and chases. Funny, talk about how much they could score. Trenton has the second most goals in the league at 167. Wellington fourth with 136, and yet it's the goaltenders that have stolen the show today, Liston and Bonesteel. This puck fluttered in deep. Shots now 15-13, by the way, in favor of Trenton. Here's a feed up the right side. Lifting his stick is quick. He'll take over possession. Fires a shot that hits the body and just flutters wide of the Trenton goal. After me to take, speeds it to Quick. Inside, Quick back hit. Try, save. Rebound still loose in there. Bonesteel can't find it. Still free. Bonesteel's down. Now slap shot coming. Scores! First goal is a Duke for Nick Brady, and he one times at home. It's a 1-0 Wellington Dukes lead, and what a big time to get it for number 5. He blows it home with Bonesteel down and out. And it's the ice-breaking goal, 9:26 into the second.
Yeah, Bonesteel never had full control when he was scrambling around. The puck was loose behind him. He was not able to locate it, and the Dukes knew that. You see right there, the puck's still loose there, and they're able to poke check it out, get the pass across while Bonesteel was scrambling out of his net, able to slap shot it into the back of the net. The Wellington Dukes able to get themselves on the board 1-0.
Going to have to just deal with another defensive zone draw for the Jayhawks.
Just taking another look at that angle here on the goal, and you see once again, and it's as you mentioned there, Brock, good peace of mind there to be able to locate that puck, get it out of Bonesteel's area there and create a play out of it and be able to bury it home. And that's just what the Wellington Dukes really needed. You saw that aggressiveness throughout, and it's starting to pay off for them with that goal.
Out of the woods, the Dukes try to clear. They can't get out of there fully. Here's a feed back door. Trenton's got a very quick moving power play too. Nice feed across right side circle, shot, scores! Tie game, 7:34 left in the second, and the Trenton Golden Hawks have even the score, and their fans get a chance to cheer for a goal for the first time, and it is Cooper Matthews with the marker. Nice work done to park himself at that right circle, wait for a lane to open, and then he rifles it through, hits the bullseye perfectly to tie it.
This is the perfect embodiment of a Trenton Golden Hawks power play here. They love to wheel and deal and pass it around, and they've started to use Cooper Matthews a lot on the power play unit with the previous chemistry he has with Adam O'Mara, and you saw it right there. In the perfect spot in the face-off circle, able to get it by and tie this game up at 1.
Hawks though will re-rack. Right side, Wilson drags, no shot yet. O'Mara takes the wrister through. That one stumbles right through it, tight, they score! Power play goal number 2 for the Jayhawks, and it's David Fournier that taps it home. Trenton has a 2-1 lead now with 4:12 left in the second period, and he continues to make an impact on the score sheet. That's his 34th point now for David Fournier, a goal and an assist in this period.
And that wasn't the initial play either. It looked like O'Mara was trying to get a shot on. Instead, it got tipped, went right to Fournier. Fournier says, hey, I'll make do with this puck and be able to get a shot on net and be able to get it.
Styles pivots, fires. That one's going to get picked off, but then it sprung too far ahead for Hunt to catch up to. So the Jayhawks will pounce right back into possession again. 5 seconds left. The Dukes will lob it high and through the air. Safaris couldn't get it inside. Joint can't make an entry, or Jewett rather can't make an entry. Joint was in there looking at it as well as this period comes to an end with the score 2-1 Trenton after 40 minutes of play. Nick Brady with his first as a Duke, Cooper Matthews and David Fournier both on the power play taking advantage of Duke's penalties. Shots on goal 23-17 in favor of the Jayhawks. We'll have an interview with Connor Hunt as mentioned, and then also Lindsey Herron chatted earlier this week with Duke's head coach Kent Lewis in his first season in the OJHL and with the Dukes, and he has, like I said, put together an outstanding team that is really competing well for top 8 in the East Conference. 2-1 Trenton after 40 minutes. You're watching the OJHL tonight on your TV. Quinty back just in time for the opening face-off to begin the third period of a tight hockey game. 2-1 Trenton Golden Hawks lead.
Really somebody that, as you mentioned, just took the ball and ran with it as the starting goaltender for the Trenton Golden Hawks, and he was one of the MVPs of the final
save
series.
there, rebound, scores right on the doorstep is Brian Schaap. A spin-around shot from Ephraimides was handled by Bonesteel, but not particularly well. It springs out, they get a brief scramble on it, and Schaap ends up coming through, picking up the gold right in front of the net. And it's a tie hockey game, 2-2.
Yeah, just dinged off the post there, went right into the net, and Bonesteel not able to fully control it after that. Stretches out, pings off the post into the net, and just like that, the Wellington Dukes are able to tie things up at 2, a much-needed goal for the Dukes.
It can be seen on Trenton's Flow Hockey as well as right here on your TV, Quinty, in the OJHL tonight. And then the two teams will reignite matters again 2 weeks from that date, February the 9th, 7:30. That's a Friday night right here at Lehigh Arena. Here's a steal in tight. Fournier drags back, shoots, scores! The turnover is forced by Fournier and Matthews, and Adam O'Mara comes through and gets the found treasure in front of the net to put Trenton back in the lead again with 7:31 to play in the third. It's 3-2.
Oh, that was a beautiful play in front, too, in order to get that goal going. First, the turnover from the Golden Hawks, and then that passing play from Fournier right to O'Mara. And O'Mara very rarely misses from that spot, all alone in front, able to get it by Leeson. And just like that, the Trenton Golden Hawks able to get their lead back, as you mentioned, and what a turn of events here.
And closed there by Ellis. He'll spin around and fire it all the way out the other side, and that'll do it. The 5-game winning streak for the Wellington Dukes is over. The Trenton Golden Hawks hang on for a 3-2 victory, and who else but Adam O'Mara with the difference-making goal with about 7.5 to play in the third period. And, well, Barrett Joint's not going down without a fight. Former Duke, spent 4 years here, and he wants to get a piece of his old team. But what an effort between these two teams. You couldn't have asked for a much better Battle of Quinty matchup than this one today.
Absolutely. This has been an exciting back-and-forth match. Action all the way right to the end we saw, and the Wellington Dukes able to impress a lot of people. I think Dukes fans knew what they had here in